looking back. Giving my all with no strings attached. Came from the bottom, roll through the cracks. Spotlight on you, boy, how you gon' act?
I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it go. 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 I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it go. 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 I remember sleeping with my ribs touched. Now I get it go. Now I get it go.
I buy like 23. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State in the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction of the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And that lands in the end zone, so the opening drive will begin at the 25. First carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. What a play there by Fletcher Cox to get in and knock him down behind the line. $13 yards remaining on second down. The give is to Elliott. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. A gain of 1 brings up 3rd and 12.
Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So This will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Wentz on the give to Sanders. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Throwing on first is Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip.
Makes the score Eagles 7. Cowboys nothing. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their futures. They look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
2nd and 11 now. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch.
Prescott's pass.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
1st and 10.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And that's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Wentz. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down.
It's now
one hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
A 49-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10. Prescott now. He'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Prescott from the gun, looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
38-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Dallas Goedert, of course, he'll do well in this stadium. He's got a 1st down.
Eagles.
Quick throw out wide by Wentz. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
John Hightower out of bounds at the 37-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Ten nothing to score after 1 on EA Sports.
10. Cowboys nothing.
On 2nd and 1, Wentz. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me on a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Here's Prescott. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a gain of 16 in the Dallas first down.
1st and 10 at the 39.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go. We're going to 53. Jump. We're going to 54. Going to 54. Line. Shift. Check 26. Check the backer. 6 guard. Check 6 guard. Everybody kill.
A give to Elliott. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
Check 9. Sponge. No. Gun.
From the pistol, here's Elliott. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 1.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down.
It's 4th down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Tried the hard count, but to no avail.
Trying to do anything to get them to jump off sides and pick up a first down easily. Instead, it goes against them.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. But they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 miles. Stay with your man.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And that's complete to Sanders. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
54 Mike. Check, watch 54, watch 54. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Now Wentz. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
2 brings up 2nd and 12.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Prescott. He'll find the rookie from Oklahoma, C.D. Lamb. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain there of 21 yards.
1st and 10.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
A first down throw for Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
2nd and 10.
Watch the
Elliott, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
36. Know your job. Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Hey, man. Watch him go 46. 36.
Now Prescott. And that is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
A 53-yard attempt.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get to field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I ain't going to scan downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Wentz now to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Hollywood Marquise Brown as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles add on to their lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Throwing. Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
A bit of a surprise. They're going for it with 2 ticks remaining. No sign of the field goal unit. A final shot before half for Wentz. Now they go screen. It's complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
With the score.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Hightower on the return. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Second down at 4. Another run with Sanders. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. Wentz now on 1st down. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Carson Wentz with touchdown pass number 4 on the afternoon. And this offense is running away with this one.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will watch this one land in the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Kill. We're going to 54. Why is? He's crashing. We're going to 53.
They go to Elliott again. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Just like that.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. On 4th, they do snap it to Prescott. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
At the 49-yard line.
Kill. 36 to Mike. Get ready.
1st down, Prescott. And finding the tight end, Hooper.
Prescott.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
1-yard gain.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
It's a party now. Mike 36. Mike 36. Under. His team showed up. Here we go, 47. 36.
And again, it's Prescott. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Fletcher Cox racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Now 3rd down.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Watch 36 to Mike. Coming to you. Here we go, 47.
They just get the play off. Now Prescott. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Elliott on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
38. Cowboys nothing. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
It's time to learn that. Mess around and put that thing over your permit. 6 figures every year, yeah, I earn that. At the front of this line is where my...
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Go, get out there. 47.
Prescott on first down. He's got Hooper on the short connection. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
7 yards, the pickup there. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards there and a first down.
36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Gun. You got motion man right there. Watch 36.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. CeeDee Lamb is intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To the air again, Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
The tackle.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
Fourth down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Go to 54. Line. Check. Line 36. Line 36. Switch it. Hey. 36 to Mike. Here we go. 46.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And this is incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And We've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Watch the curve. Watch the curve. Sunday. 55. Watch the pass.
Wentz now on first down. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
And an eagle.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
Lefty. Defense, let's go. Check. Forward, Tokyo.
On first down, Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
Number 21.
A gain of 3, second down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Again, it's Elliott. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll contain him to just 4, second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Philadelphia, They're now a win away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0.
And they will head home for next week's contest. That is against Washington.
Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, things get even uglier now as they fall to 2-13. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants.